Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, folks. Michael Zuber, one rental at a time, back with the one and only Anna Kelly. Hi, Anna.
It's so good to be here with you today.
Thank you. Hey, so one of the things I want to talk to you about is this word regret. And the reason this came to me is I was listening to Gary V or Gary Vanderchuck the other day on one of my runs. And he talks about, hey, if you really want to see what the end of life looks like, go to an old folks home where people are 80 plus and just sit down and have a conversation. Most of those conversations will turn into what people regret.
Mm.
And that hits different, right? Because I remember having conversation with my grandparents before they passed, and it was always regret. It wasn't this, that, the other thing. It was always regret. And I was a teenager at the time going, why are you laying this heavy stuff on me? But the reason I bring it up today is we're heading into the end of the year. 2020, 2021 have been rough for everyone. What's going to happen in the next, 3, 4, 5 years for you, your family? I think regret is really powerful, but unfortunately it doesn't hit us until it's too late. So I don't know. I just thought I'd ask you about regret.
Yeah, I think we talked a little bit about this when I lost my best friend, back in October.
Yeah.
And I went to her funeral, and then we lost another family member and another family member. And each of them had done some pretty amazing things in their own right. But what was interesting, Michael, is at their funeral and in their obituary, they didn't even talk about those things, right? What they did isn't what people remembered. What they remembered is, who did that person become and how did they impact me? How did they make me feel, right? And as I thought about my life, my own life, and, what if it was over tomorrow? Have I done everything that I say is important to me? Have I lived my life in congruence with what I believe are my core values and the most important purposes for being here? And for the most part, because I've been living my life really thinking about what kind of life do I want to live? What's important to me? What are my core values, right? And what do I want? What's most important to me? And how do I grow in those areas? I've improved a lot. But if I regret anything, it's that I didn't know when I was 20 or 24, 25, making career decisions, making life decisions. I didn't know about the thought of what kind of life do I want to live as a 20-year-old by the time that I'm 80? Who do I want to become? What will I want to have done? What's really important to me, and making sure that I do that. If I would have thought about that more seriously back then, I would have made a lot of different decisions to create my life by design and invest my time in the kind of life that I wanted to live and who I wanted to become. And I didn't really start doing that until a few years ago. I thought about it. We all think we want more money. We want to be a better spouse. We want to be a better parent. We want to be a good friend. Like, we think of those things, but how do we think about investing our time to make sure that we accomplish those things or become that? And I think in this last 2 years of losing a lot of people, I hear a lot more of that regret. I wish I had spent more time with them. I wish I had told them I love them, right? And as I think about my goals for next year, some of my goals have changed because I realize I can do even better to make sure that I don't have regrets. And over the next year, I invest my time in those things that are most important to me, so that I don't have to say I wasted another year not doing XYZ because I didn't have time.
Yeah. There's a couple of things kind of tying this together with the players and spectators, helping a million people time in our second episode. What I would tell most people think about, and one of my other experts says this a lot, is, you know what? You're going to be alive in 5 years. You're going to be alive in 10 years. Invest like it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. Both dollars and time. And again, there's a lot of folks out there that are very comfortable being spectators, right? Just, again, I call it the 40-40 life. Work 40 hours for 40 years to live on 40%. Most people that do that aren't happy. If you are the rare person that is truly happy, I have news for you. You won. If you are happy with your life every day, you have won the magic sauce or whatever it is, you win. It's most people have quiet desperation. They're not happy, but they can't think about why. I would tell you, it's that holiday season. Go get quiet and think about it. You're going to be alive in 5 years. What is important? Is it family? Is it health? Is it money? Is it learning a second language? Is it learning to play instrument? What is it for you?
Yeah.
Whatever that is, focus and daily discipline. That's all it takes. You can learn a second language, focus and daily discipline. You can lose weight, focus and daily discipline. You can be a great investor, focus and daily discipline.
Yeah.
So think about it, and don't let another year go by, because they don't come back. You can't get them back.
Yeah, absolutely. And when we look into the future, a lot of times we set the goals that are like the easy or expected goals to set, but then we don't work on the things that we know are going to be hard, right? Like sometimes relationships, working on a relationship is hard, but do we want that? Is that important to us? And we need to invest in it, And so when I think about my goals, I look at what are the categories of things that are really important to me in life. And then how do I make sure I'm spending the time I needed to grow? What it requires me to do is prioritize in kind of an order and say, if I only have so much time in a day, how much time am I wasting? First, you get rid of that. All the time you're wasting on television and all that kind of stuff, choose to invest that amount of time and put it on your calendar into those things that are important to you. And if you continue to buy rental property, the more you buy and more income you have coming in, the more hours of your time you buy back.
Yes.
So that you can invest it in the things that are most important to you. I buy more and more real estate, not so I can collect more things, right? I loved Monopoly and I still like to win since I was little, right?
Yeah.
But it's not about collecting the more houses. It's about collecting more income that buys back your time so that you can invest that time in what's most important to you. So think about what's important to you. How can I buy enough real estate to buy back the number of hours I need to live that life I want to live? And then what do I need to give up in terms of my time so that I can take daily disciplined action toward all of those things that are really important to me? And that's kind of how I look at goal setting and what I'd encourage your listeners to do.
That is awesome. This is an amazing conversation. Thank you for this. Anna, how can people find you?
Great. You can find me at reimom.com, on LinkedIn and Facebook at Anna Kelly, REI Mom, and on Instagram at Anna Kelly Investing.
Thank you, Anna. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.